Hello YouTube viewers, welcome back to another video tutorial from VPNs and routers. This is just going to demonstrate how you flash from Tomato Firmware back to the original Netgear Firmware. We've actually got one we needed to do, so we thought we'd make a video guide on it for you. So first of all, we're going to head over to Tomato's website. Doesn't sound right, but that's where we're going to go. Type into Google Tomato Firmware, click enter. Now if you select this one here, which is the main website. Now if you don't get greeted by this screen, just simply click downloads, Tomato Firmware. Now we're doing it on an R7000, so it's a Netgear R7000 you can see there. If you're doing it on a different model, just select the correct model that you're going to do it from. So K26 ARM, so we're going to click onto there, which is going to open this page. Select Netgear R series back to original firmware. That's going to give you a list of devices. Again, select the one that you want for your device, which is R7000 back to original firmware. So we're going to click on that. I'll save that to a location of your choice, but somewhere where you know it's going to be. So what we'll do then is we're going to just highlight that and type in 192.168.1.1, which is going to be the IP of your router. Obviously if you've changed that, type in the correct IP. We'll type in admin, and again admin again. If you've changed that, please type in the correct details. Now before we go ahead and start flashing anything, we're just going to make sure that the computer's set on a static IP, so during the flash it doesn't move away from a particular IP and cause problems to your router, etc. So if you're on a Windows machine, click on network settings, which is basically, you'll see this little picture of a screen. Network settings, change adapter options. Now you most probably haven't got all these. You can have one that says Ethernet, one that says Wi-Fi if you've got a Wi-Fi adapter in there. Ethernet, double click on it, and then double click on properties, and then double click IPv4, which is Internet Protocol version 4. Select use the following IP, enter these numbers in 192.168.1.2, and that basically is the IP of the computer. Click in the next field, it should populate it for you, which is a subnet mask 255.255.255.0, and then the gateway is the IP of the router. So we're going to go 192.168.1.1, which is obviously the router IP, and also we're going to just type in the DNS field 192.168.1.1 just from force of habit. Okay, so click OK to that, and click close. Now what I would recommend also is just remove your WAN cable, which is basically the cable that goes from your original router, if you're using that as a modem, into your internet connection. So basically all you've got is one Ethernet cable from your computer into the back of the router, and as you can see, well, I've actually removed it. It may take a second, but this is you should only have this. I don't know why it's continuing to flash actually, but I have removed it, trust me. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to do a factory reset. So we're going to click administration, configuration. Now select restore default configuration, erase all data in MV RAM memory, and then click OK. Select OK from the top. If you're using a different browser, it may be slightly different than this, but obviously the procedure is going to be the same. So while that's rebooting, what I would recommend if you're on Windows, just come down here and bring up your command prompt. So CMD, and bring up a command prompt. Now basically the reason why we're going to do this is this countdown here can't be trusted. So please enter in here ping, P-I-N-G, space 192.168.1.1 space -T, and hit enter. Now what this is doing is basically sending a ping to the router. Now you can see in a moment that this countdown isn't quite true. In fact, the countdown stopped. That might be because that's open. Ah, yeah. I think it's counting down then. Can do this in real time, guys, so just please bear with me. So it should be the same time as yours. Now at the moment, that's, you're seeing we're getting a ping response of 100 milliseconds. Now that's actually just a bootloader, so just leave it alone. Now you can see here it's saying continue, but it hasn't actually rebooted yet. We've got to wait for a ping to come back up, a response. That's why we're using this. Okay, now it's responding in 64 milliseconds, which is correct. So we're going to minimize that and then click continue. There we go. Okay, as you see, I've got no WAN plugged in. It's showing now. It must have cached the browser must have cached that from before. Right, so we're going to update the firmware now. So we're going to click administration, upgrade, choose a file. Now point it to the location that you stored it in. I think I stored it Tomato. There we go. So make sure it's the same one as you've downloaded and it's a TRX file. Now if you haven't got extensions at the end, don't worry, as long as you get the right firmware basically. So it's the R7000 back to original firmware. So click on that and click open, and then just click upgrade. I always give it a few seconds just to make sure it's loaded before I click upgrade, but click upgrade and then click OK. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring the ping back up. Just let it do its thing. Don't touch it, don't power it off. While this is doing this, guys, I'm just going to say if you like the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for any new videos that's coming out. And also there's a little bell. If you click on that, for any new videos that get added, you'll just get a little notification saying that we've uploaded a new video. Now you can see this hasn't actually finished, but the firmware it's given a response back now, so it is actually done. But what I always do is wait for this to say continue. I only use that for when this is finished counting down. So click continue to that. It's going to open up to the Netgear Genie. Now this is the important part, guys. So no, we're going to configure it ourselves. Click next. Click OK to that. Don't fill in the username. This is the important part. You may have problems if you fill that in. So just at the moment, just click on password and type in admin. Click login. Okay. Don't worry about any of this. Wireless will come back. Click advanced, administration, backup and settings, and then select revert to factory default settings. Click erase and click yes. You can open your ping back up again. Your command prompt back up again. This is why the -T command is important, because if you just type in ping space 192.168.1.1, it'll only ping you 3 times. So the -T just continuously pinging. There we go. We're getting a response, so you can highlight this or just type in the IP again. Just give it a second, it'll come back up. I always like to click no and click next, enter that, and now this time, this again important, admin, in the username this time, and password, PASSWORD, and click login. And there you go guys, that's as simple as that, how you come from Tomato Firmware back to the original Netgear firmware. Obviously you can update this if you wish by going to Netgear's website and downloading the latest version, and you would do the procedure very similarly. You just go to advanced administration and upgrade firmware, then obviously pointed to the latest version of Netgear's firmware. This is how you come from Tomato Firmware back to the original firmware if you wish to do so. Right guys, we're going to leave it there. Hopefully if it's been of some use to you, please give us a thumbs up, and if they're useful to you, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Goodbye for now.